Excellent, so now that we've kind of showed that off to the player, we now drop them in a level where they can try to refine their own Jintum whilst dealing with some bosses. Or at least mobs. I forget whether this one, whether it goes straight into a boss or whether we give them. I think we might give them some mobs first, just for the sake of not making things too challenging on them. Now it's all about incremental growth. The big blocker the whole way through design has always been trying to make this game comprehensible and fun, because when you hit that perfect flow state where you're trying to crunch engineering problems whilst getting shot at, I think there's no game like it. But it is A, definitely not a challenge for everyone, and B, a thing that can be more annoying than it is fun very easily. Beautiful line. Ah, no, disaster. So just to show you what I've done wrong here, if I put that there, you'll see it's going to go into the condenser sideways. So a classic blunder that to put your condenser somewhere in the middle of your lanes. Yes, you can see we've now got some crystals and some mobs to give us a little bit of grief. And let's actually go down to this one and back up to this one. Beautiful, and that should give us enough ronk that we can get towards our refiner whilst we start to deal with these pesky crystals, who are next to each other, which is very friendly for us. But the ore is a bit far away. In fact, let's show off. We use flip switch down there and up here, then we can just run our one line, put it on the other side. Kind of like a multiplexer in electrical engineering. Anyone is familiar? Or I guess more signals engineering, but I digress. Yeah, just a fun little design that's not super explored currently, but is something I think would be very interesting to like make a level where all the ores are on one side of the channel and the mobs or the crystals are on the other, and you've got to like really work in this tight space. It could make for quite an interesting little puzzle. Whilst we're here, actually, let's upgrade that. Speed up our ore a little bit, then maybe we'll turn this to a 4-lane in a little bit, but in the meantime, chuck that pesky crystal in. Yeah, we could basically afford it now. Start there. And once we can afford both, ooh, in fact, we're gonna want to send that the other direction. In fact, let's just sell you, and that gets us enough for our refiner. That is, you know, what we really should be striving for. It is the refiner section. Perfect, so once again, once those ores come through, they'll shoot these out, which funnily enough will hurt mobs if they hit them. Terribly slow move, but that one might perfect. As you can see, we've got our yellow ghosts. They're not as yellow as they used to be. There's a current visual bug in them that still needs to get tweaked, but currently it's set this way to make the yellow snipers a little more visible. But definitely something that will get tweaked probably before you see the playtest version that's coming out. Probably sometime this week, if I'm optimistic. Like, it could be this weekend, it might be next weekend. But it's basically done. It's just currently in private play testing. Why did I put you there? Currently in private play testing to make sure that it's not too buggy. As disaster, absolute disaster. Things are just going my way, literally. And forget if I said it explicitly, but as you can see, The yellow ghosts not affected by any red ores, so rocks. But once we've got enough ore that we can start be able to chuck this through a condenser first, I think. In fact, there's two down here, so we might as well chuck it through both. We can see our yellow slime as well. It's also looking a little discolored, but it's good enough for now. Conveys the point. It's a little clearer that there were some issues with the yellows clashing with the greens. So this is kind of a temporary color to make it a little more clear. Perfect. And as you can see, the yellow crystals, they shoot these quad shots, which are rather dastardly, but very good at clearing yellow mobs, as we'll see in a moment. Ooh, stood too close to the condenser. And ah, double hit. Catastrophic. Okay, and two more yellow crystals to deal with. One other thing about these refiners, you can turn them off, and if you end up in a pickle like this one, I would absolutely recommend it, because they can give you quite the headache. Okay, where is this last? All the way over that way. Bend it up backwards. That's no problem. Pretty close to being able to afford the lightning merger. Not obtaining any Jintum right now, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Ooh, goodness. So we can see this is the Jintum ghost shooting its pile of Jintum, which is rather dastardly, but at least clearing out the ghosts for us. Hopefully, now that we've got this line finally coming through, might be able to start doing some damage. Curse the condensers strikes once again. Standing too close to a condenser is a problemo. Excellent. How much damage should we take that time? 6 damage, so still not a whole heart's worth, like a full life's worth, but still not ideal.